What's up, everybody? The clipping wars. You know, it is the 11th commandment. God said, let there be clipping. I mean, I thought this was well understood. Like, people like to be clipped. It promotes their show. Or, like, even if it's done in a critical way, it's kind of funny, right? Like, isn't it kind of funny when people talk shit about you? Or, like, you know what I mean? Anyway, this guy's after me for clipping, claiming I'm harassing by saying you should clip him because nobody's big enough to not be clipped, especially if you do it under fair use, which is what I have done. But yeah, depending on the site, if you want to be litigious about copyright, you can get stuff taken down. He's gotten my stuff taken down. Only because I haven't decided to fight over it. You know? But there's other places. Why would you not want to clip somebody who spends hours every day, like 4, 5, 6 hours, slandering entire groups of people with the goal and effect of creating animosity against them that in aggregate has a negative effect. And this happens against all people at this point. He's mad when it happens to white people, as am I. Of course, he misrepresents that aspect of it. But I recorded this channel that was glorifying punching white people. It was like, you know, kind of like an urban style fuck up whitey. In these videos they justified it, like, oh, this guy said something racist, or this guy tried to attack this black dude, whatever. It's like, okay, this is still glorifying violence against white people, which is wrong. But that's an actual real instance, not like the shit this guy Night Nation Review invents. Like, supposedly that Rampage killer was claiming this was like an anti-white hate crime, even though 2 of the people he killed were black, 2 of them were white. I don't know how that works. Well, like, facts are optional. You just create your own narrative. Anyway, I fucking like clipping. You have a right to do it as long as you do in the law. You get shit taken down. That's not a judgment that you actually violated. They just do that to avoid liability. So, I don't know. We got a lot of downloaded streams of this guy, so we're going to be clipping away. We're going to be show the interesting parts. He's going to cry about it and claim we're lying and slandering him. Well, this is what the guy does. He clips everybody all fucking day on his show. And he does lie and misrepresent the context. So he has no grounds to fucking complain. And nothing's been really misrepresented. I'm not even good enough to do, you know, short clips. I gotta do it a couple minutes at a time. So the context is pretty clear. He just doesn't want to be clipped. Because contrary to what he says, that, like, you know, normies are really behind him, they don't like this shit, you know what I mean? So, I don't like what he says. Yeah, I don't have the power to take him down, but I have the power to clip and show other people. Perfectly legitimate and allowed by the Constitution, so fuck him. He's gonna whine and complain and play the victim like this. It should be pretty transparent to anyone who watches that, saying like, hey, you should clip this guy. I want to clip him, you should clip him. He's fucking stupid. Totally legitimate. So to claim that he's being harassed or like having violence threatened against him is pretty funny and ridiculous. What was I going to say? Yeah, like, he's not one of the worst wignats. Like, there's a lot crazier fucks out there. Like, definitely. Like the GDL guy, or John Angelo Gage. But as far as someone who runs a whole show, there's very few people that are more dedicated than he is. Especially to make it look legitimate and, you know, like, trendy nightlife entertainment. Almost like a nightclub vibe, like a Miami nightclub vibe. Not really too many other people doing that. So he's invented this right, like this safe space. You can't clip me. It's illegitimate and victimizing me. Yeah, it's complete bullshit. You can clip people. You can showcase to other people the gist of what they're saying. You know? And you don't get to claim safe space, right? When you're not entitled to one, and you have no way of enforcing one. So, I don't know. I enjoy doing it. We do have a problem with bad actors that are insightful. But yeah, one of the things he says, which he doesn't apply to me, only applies to him, is Brandenburg, unless it's a specific threat, it's legal and you're allowed to say that. Like, yeah, that's true. Does that apply to me too? Oh, wait, no. If I say this guy should be accountable for what he says, oh, that's an explicit threat. He's trying to call for violence against me. But if he says, like, we should do bad things to X people, make them leave the country or whatever, oh, that's not a threat. Like, it doesn't violate Brandenburg. So you see all the double standards and all the projection that takes place. So, like, I just want to clip the guy and showcase what he does, right? Like, what's the problem? This is what happens with these guys, or, like, pretty much anyone affiliated with these white nationalist space, or, like, this is the epitome of the National Socialists as well, right? They legitimize everything they do to lash out ideologically, idea-wise, even violence. It's all, they legitimize all of it, and then anything you do to prevent them, you're attacking them and victimizing them. This is like the narcissist tactics. I get to go online and I get to slander and villainize people, groups of people, and anyone clipping me is attacking me. You're attacking me. Anyone who calls a person out for doing that, they're attacking me. Being attacked. I think you're only attacked if you're actually attacked. And it would only be someone else's fault if there was an explicit call for that, or a generalized call for that, or, you know, euphemisms for that. I don't want anyone to be attacked. I want people to be clipped. You know, and be confronted by what they say, right? We do accept the idea in society that you have a reputation. You're held to certain standards of behavior. And if you violate what we hold sacred as a society, then it should be held against you, right? Everyone accepts this, right? For certain. If you do creepy things with women, it should be held against you. You should be excluded from parties and referred to as a creeper. If you are creepy around children or something, yeah, you should have that reputation. If you go around telling lies about certain groups of people and wishing ill harm on those groups of people or kicked out of the country or whatever, whether it violates the law or not, I think you should be held accountable for that, or confronted about it, whatever you want to call it within the law. Perfectly legitimate. guy really knows that normies aren't going to react well to this. So he's trying desperately to prevent that from happening. But it's not going to work because he can't just go around the internet enforcing his will, saying, you can't show me saying stuff, even though I'm saying that stuff online. It's not going to fly. And, like I said before, it's an info war. These people play dirty. They lie, they slander, they incite. They think they have a safe space to do that, and they don't. Pretty much that simple. He wants to have a safe space where he's not challenged, and I want to take that safe space away, right? So to speak. Ideologically, you know. It's all pretty stupid. I've clipped many people, and they didn't try to, like, DMCA me or whatever. They might have not been happy about it. They might have convinced about it, but that's about it. Politically provoked, Norman Hobbs. Like, I got clips of people saying all kinds of crazy shit. They want to exterminate certain people, or kick certain people out of the country. You should clip that shit. I mean, it's interesting. Who doesn't want to hear it? So, this guy's crying, trying to get my YouTube banned, trying to do all this shit, threatening me legally, and in some other ways. But it's like, I didn't pick you out of a fucking hat, right? Like, I'm not clipping you because you're making cooking videos or something. This guy who advocates bad things is potentially poisoning minds, although he legitimizes it, right, by projecting everything he does onto the groups of people that he advocates against. That's the way he justifies this. That's what he's doing, you know. So, how do you get away with saying bad things about a group and wishing harm by accusing them of doing that to justify it? So, that's what he does. Oh, I'm not advocating for genocide. You guys are the real genociders. Just manipulation 101 type tactics. But it's not going to fly. Normies won't let it fly. We as a society won't let it fly. This guy is... People who come into this line of thinking that, like, they're the new vanguard, like these Charlottesville type of ideologies, that they're like the up-and-coming vanguard and the normies are going to swarm around them, and that the rest of society is actually a cult, and they have the inside track of the truth. Like, that's what every cult says, right? That's what the Branch Davidians say. We have the real truth, and the rest of the world is trying to replace it. That's how you dismiss criticism. That's how, like, the fundamentalist Latter-day Saints church was exposed. They got insiders to talk about what was going on. They put, stitches in there. They talked about it. And those creepy church leaders that were molesting kids and doing all kinds of other evil shit, they're trying to cover that up. Like, this Night Nation review guys. He's trying to prevent people from seeing what he's doing. He's hiding all his videos, even though, like, June